All right, guys, I just got done with Monster Hunter Wilds for the most of the content. I'm in game, and I want to rate these monsters on a scale from 1 to 10. This doesn't really matter or anything like that. It's just more of like my personal thing. I just want to have fun. It's a fun thing to do with the monsters that are available in this game. This is only the like main monsters here. This is not including like small monsters, anything like that. It's the main ones you hunt, the large monsters. So, starting things off with Chotacabra. Now, this is an okay monster. It's fine. It's, you know, it's pretty much a tutorial monster boss type of feel to it. At best, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. Just very average monster. Not great, not bad. It's okay. Then we got the Quematrice, the proper name of it, but it's basically like a rooster chicken mixed with a T-Rex, and I've made a joke about this being the Cockrex monster because of roosters. So this is another one that's fine. You know, nothing too crazy or funny. Well, the funny thing is it's a mix between a T-Rex and a chicken or a rooster. That's the main appeal to it. So for me, it's like a 6 out of 10. You know, it's all right. A little bit better than Chotacabra in terms of its design, and just it's a fun hunt regardless. Easy to get through and fight and just have a blast with and conquering. Next up, we got a spider monster, Lalabarina. I actually dig this one a little bit, even though I hate spiders in general. I dislike spiders, and there's another spider monster I'm going to later on that's honestly, in my opinion, a not as good design, a lesser design overall. Lalabarina, fun fight. Actually, a really fun fight, and really dope what it does with its like whole flower that pops up and it spreads these like petals around the battlefield, I guess you can say. And just the way it does, there's a tempered version as well too, very cool. And I think there's a frenzy version as well too, much more challenging versions of them and more tanky, do more damage, that type of thing. But all in all, a fun fight. Not my favorite type of monster to hunt. Like I said, I don't really like spiders, but I do like its design, crazy enough, for a spider, the way it's done. So to me, this is like a 7 out of 10. Next up, we got Congola, this like hippo monkey type monster that essentially toots on you, like farts on you, burps on you, and it's just so rude with that. It's all right. It's kind of funny with the way it does things and its attacks. So yeah, I would say it's more on the like maybe like 6 out of 10 for me. It's like a bit above average only because of the wackiness of this monster, because it farts on you and burps mostly. So to debuff you a bit and keep you from using your weapons, aside from that, not that out of the ordinary of a monster to fight, not that crazy of a monster to fight. But yeah, it gets a little, that's above average for me, a little above average, 6 out of 10. We got Bellahara, which you've seen as like the worm monster in the trailers, and this one, it's all right. It's a decent monster to hunt, decent fight. The movesets are nothing too dissimilar from like other type of worm monsters I fought in other RPGs or other games in general. So unfortunately for me, it's like a 5 out of 10. It's like, it's all right, it's okay, nothing too special about it. Then we got Doshiguma, or Doshaguma, sorry, Doshaguma. Keeps mispronouncing this, but this is actually a really fun fight, honestly. I like the design, I like its patterns. You can also hunt this not just like by itself, but it like be a herd as well. So it adds a little flavor to this hunt. And a really cool design, attack patterns is pretty dope too. I would say this is like an 8 out of 10 for me. Yeah, 8 out of 10. Next up, we got Leviathan monster, Uduna. This was and always will be a fun monster to fight. I was very surprised by this one, honestly. The design is very cool. There's like this veil it has over it. You got to like get down first where you can actually attack it or try to find a weak point on it to do more damage. So I think that's a really cool aspect of the monster there, and helps make it be more different too. Besides its moveset, it does kind of like belly flop you too. Sometimes there's another monster I think that also belly flops you sometimes as well, but this one does too. For me, this is probably like an 8 out of 10. Yeah, 8 out of 10. Ron Popolo, this like mosquito looking, I don't know, it's like a mosquito looking weird monster thing. I don't know what else it could be with, but that's what it reminds me of. Easy to deal with though. It's all right. 7 out of 10 for me. It doesn't like do too much extra than try to be like a poison damage type monster that you can easily dodge his moves from poison. But I do like his design nonetheless. 7 out of 10. Ray Dowd, a flying wyvern. Oh man, I originally thought this was the flagship monster they were going with, but no, it's not. But man, is this fight so fun. And the design is just insanely good. Like the way you tackle this thing, you can do it from different angles, different, you know, strategies, things like that, that make this fighting more fun. And the fact that he has a move that's like a rail gun, kind of, is so cool. So cool to me. So from his moveset to his design, this is a 10 out of 10, in my opinion. 10 out of 10. Nursilla. So this is the other spider monster in this game right now. I don't like it. Not a big fan of his design. This to me is definitely a lesser version of this Lala Barina, because Lala Barina, like, it's designed and how you fight it, things like that, and his moveset is definitely good. That's why I gave it a 7 out of 10. This to me is just not as fun to fight. Weaker overall monster design in my opinion, so very kind of average in a sense. I would say 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. Hirabami. This is an alright monster too. It's okay. Didn't really find it all that fun to fight overall compared to other monsters in the game. So this is another one that's like an average monster at best for me personally. 5 out of 10. Ajarakan. Oh man, we don't have Rajang in here, but we got Ajarakan. I actually like him a bit better. He has this like move that's kind of like Sonic the Hedgehog. He goes Sonic the Hedgehog on you, and he's a fire ape, and he can go around up top, move around, and then jump on you. He's such a fun fight. To me, 9 out of 10. Next we have Nu Ujra, the octopus fire oily monster. Seen this in trailers leading up to the game, and man, did they deliver on this in terms of like the moveset of it, the style of the design, and what it can do to you. It can mess you up. A hiring version of it, or even a tempered version, will mess up if you're not careful. So for me, this I would say is a 9 out of 10. Loved the Nu Ujra, very fun monster to fight. Then we got an alternate version of the Yoshigama, the Guardian version, and it changes up a bit here. Changes up like its affinities or weaknesses too. It's very similar to the original overall in its moveset. So not much different here, but still a really good monster overall. 8 out of 10. We got Guardian Rathalos, and Rathalos and Rathian are staples of the series. You're always going to have these guys in there. They're like always gonna be. They pretty much do a lot of the same movesets, things like that, but a little slightly new stuff here. This was actually a really fun fight compared to the original, so I would say this is like 8 out of 10 for me. Jin Daha, this new crazy like behemoth of a monster, dude. Crazy design, has crazy armor on it that you got to break through first. And what this is honestly one of the best fights in the game, because typically when you fight this thing, you got a lot in your environment you can utilize to help you out, from stuff you can drop on it, to other stuff you can bring with you to help debilitate it a bit and do more damage to it, break it. But it's mostly the environmental traps you can use though that make this fight so much fun every time. So to me, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10, both from a design standpoint and how, like, the way its attack patterns are and how you fight it. Next up is Guardian Ebony, Odogoron, essentially Clifford from World, even though he's not red in here. But man, top tier. Definitely one of my favorite monsters to fight in this game. Loved him in World as far as fighting him and having him blast him. Love him in this game too. 9 out of 10 for me. We got Zhu, if I'm saying it right, another octopus monster. Similar to the spider monsters though, this is the lesser, cooler version in my opinion of the octopus monsters. So more of like, yeah, it's okay, it's all right, you can easily dodge it, the design's okay, it's all right. So for me, like a 5 out of 10, maybe a 6 at best. Next up we have Guardian Arkveld, which is different from the original Arkveld, and to me is not as good as the original Arkveld, which I believe is in here. Yeah, over here. Oh my god, this version, the OG original version, boy. This one, while cool, it's a Guardian version. Not trying to knock it. Very fun fight overall, and just had a blast with it. Design's still very cool, and the way you gotta strategize against it's very freaking cool with its chain like whips and stuff you gotta deal with. So for me, this version of it is a 9 out of 10. Then we got Zoshia, and this was out of nowhere. This new monster, I don't think we saw it anywhere in the trailers, anything like that. This is a very awesome design, but also kind of feels a bit similar to Savvy, I guess, a bit in terms of design. Like, it kind of reminds me of Savvy or the baby version of Savvy. I forgot the name of it. Not a 10 out of 10, but a 9 out of 10. I really love how you fight this thing. Unfortunately, though, there's not a high-rank version of it. There's only the low-rank version of it, which is very disappointing because I'm thinking, like, why would you not have a high-rank? But I guess it's done because of the story purposes, and they wouldn't have a high-rank version of it, so that's a disappointing thing about it. But nonetheless, great fight. Then we have Yan Kuku. This is all right. It's like a 6 out of 10 monster in terms of design and how you fight it in the field of fight. Yeah, so 6 out of 10. Nothing special, really. Gypceros, kind of similar. 6 out of 10. You know, it's above average, so it's all right. Nothing too crazy. Rathian, I want to say, is another mainstay like Rathalos. And yeah, nothing too crazy or different from here. 7 out of 10. That's OG version. Guardian Fulgur Anjanath. Now this version of Anjanath I actually love more than World's versions. This is an 8 out of 10 from design as well as the fight itself, how it goes. Rathalos, obviously in here, similar to Rathian. You can't have Rathian without Rathalos. 7 out of 10. Design and how you fight it. Great, great. And it, Gravius, a return monster. Man, this boy tanky. Oh, tough to deal with. Dig his design, but man, is he annoying. But I'm gonna give him a 7 out of 10, only because I didn't enjoy him as much as other monsters, and he can be an annoying fight. But his design's really cool, and I really dig, you know, what they done with him in this game. Blangaga is a bland-ass ape monkey type monster here that tries to be kind of like, I guess, an alternate version of a Jarikin, but not as good. It's like the ice version, but just not as good. So very average at best, so 5 out of 10. Gore Magula. Oh my god. This is the monster that parted me at least once. The hardest fight in the game, I would argue, in my opinion. Love his design, love how the fight is. 10 out of 10 for me. And lastly, Arkvel, the original, not the Guardian version. Love his design, love the chain whips, how you fight them, you strategize against them. 10 out of 10, because this is just a better version than the Guardian version to me, and how you have to deal with them. And that's my ratings for all the monsters here. That's my opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, though. What do you think about this? What would you rate these monsters in the game? This is my points don't really matter. This is how I feel about the game. My own personal kind of ranking system. First time me doing something like this, I think. You know, as far as like rate the monsters type of video. So let me know your thoughts on how I did. You know, what do you think about this? If you agree with me or disagree with me on some of these, then that's fine. Love to hear from you. And please like and subscribe as well too if you're new. I'll see you guys in the next video.